Hello students, in this lecture we are going to start our new paper, that is Mechanics 1. Actual the name is Mechanics 1, that is the statics, that is the paper number 14. Now in this paper there are two sections. First is Mechanics first, and in the sixth semester there will be Mechanics second, that is the dynamics. So in this semester we have to study this statics part. Now statics means it is the branch of mechanics which deals with the equilibrium of a system at rest. Now there is one axiom of equilibrium of two forces. Equilibrium of two forces. There is a axiom. Now what is that axiom? Two forces acting at a point in a rigid body are in equilibrium if their magnitude is same but the direction is different. Magnitude is same but the opposite direction. Then that is suppose F1 and F2 are the two forces. Magnitude is same but the direction is different. It means that is F1 plus F2 is equal to 0. That is F1 is equal to minus F2. That is due to the direction. Magnitude is same. It means when magnitude and direction are opposite, then that system is said to be the equilibrium. This is the axiom. Now there are some terms like force, particle and so on that you have studied in physics. So I have not written this, but I will give PDF of that terms, so you can make notes from that PDF. So now a resultant of two forces. The next article is a resultant of two forces. Resultant of two or resultant of forces. Any forces. Resultant of any forces. Now if a system of forces, suppose P1 bar, P2 bar, P3 bar, acting at a point in a rigid body simultaneously, then there exists a single force R bar. And the effect of this R bar is the same as that of the net effect of all these forces. That is F1 bar, F2 bar, F3 bar. And therefore in this case we say that R bar is equal to F1 bar plus F2 bar plus so on that. And this is the resultant of these two forces. Now regarding this resultant of these two forces, there is one theorem, that is the parallelogram law theorem, which is very important. So law of parallelogram of forces. Law of parallelogram of forces. So this is the statement: if two forces acting at a point, acting at a point represented both in magnitude and direction, by the adjacent sides of parallelogram. through their point of application point of application, then the resultant is represented, by the diagonal of that parallelogram. See, so this is the law of parallelogram of forces. If two forces acting at a point represented both in magnitude and direction by the adjacent sides of parallelogram, then their resultant is represented by the diagonal. So this is the law of parallelogram of forces. Now we are going to prove this law of parallelogram of forces. So here this is O, A, C and B, and this is the diagonal. And this is the force P bar and this is the force Q bar. This angle is say alpha and this total angle is theta. Now here let P bar and Q bar be the two forces which are represented as the adjacent sides. P bar and Q bar be the two forces, and through point of application means O. Now complete this parallelogram OACB. Then the resultant R bar of two forces is represented by this diagonal, that is OC. And suppose here OA bar is equal to P bar, OB bar is equal to Q bar, and OC bar is equal to this R bar. Here you write this is the R bar. Now R bar is equal to P bar plus Q bar is equal to P bar plus R bar means that is OC bar. OC bar is equal to this OA bar plus OB bar. But this OB bar is equal to AC bar. These are the two. This OB bar is equal to AC bar. OB bar is equal to AC bar, and therefore OC bar is equal to OA bar plus AC bar. And here it is proved that the resultant of these two forces is represented by the diagonal of this parallelogram. Now there is one more theorem, and that theorem means we have to find the magnitude and direction of this resultant of these two forces P bar and Q bar acting at a point. So this statement of theorem is just find the magnitude and direction of a resultant of two forces here. So we will use this figure here. So let these adjacent sides OA bar, OB bar, and let P bar and Q bar be the two forces which are represented by these adjacent sides here, and theta is the angle between them. And here we know that this R bar is equal to P bar plus Q bar. So this is our equation number 1. R bar is equal to P bar plus Q bar. Now we will take the dot product of these two. That is R bar dot R bar is equal to, that is P bar plus Q bar dot P bar plus Q bar. Now here use this symbol, this small circle, but actually we use the symbol for dot product, that is, that is A bar dot B bar. But here in this book, the author has used this symbol. So P bar plus Q bar dot P bar plus Q bar. So which is equal to P bar dot P bar plus P bar dot Q bar plus this Q bar dot P bar plus Q bar dot Q bar. So that is equal to P bar dot P bar means mod P bar square. Now this is P bar dot Q bar. This is Q bar dot P bar. We know that the dot product is commutative. It means that is P bar dot Q bar is equal to Q bar dot P bar. So we can write here 2 P bar dot Q bar plus this is mod Q bar whole square. Now here we will use the actual definition of dot product, that is A bar dot B bar is equal to mod A bar into mod B bar into cos of theta, where theta is the angle between these two vectors. So here mod P bar square plus 2 mod P bar mod Q bar into cos theta and plus mod Q bar whole square. So left side is mod R bar whole square. So here after simplification we can write that is the R is equal to under root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of theta. And so this is the magnitude of these two forces, resultant of these two forces acting at a point. Now we have to find finally the direction. Directions means angle. Now here we draw one perpendicular from this, that is CM, and therefore this angle is theta. Now here angle BOA is equal to angle COM, that is equal to theta, and from that figure you can write that is tan alpha, that is equal to CM upon OM, that is equal to Q sin theta upon P plus Q cos theta, and therefore alpha is equal to this tan inverse of Q sin theta upon P plus Q cos theta. So this is the direction of the resultant of these two forces acting at a point in a rigid body. So here we stop this.